Hello everyone, welcome to Hidden World, the channel that takes you to discover the most fascinating and mysterious places on our planet. Today we will delve into the heart of the Himalayas to explore a country that enchants with its breathtaking beauty and unique traditions, Nepal. Allow yourself to travel with us through the majestic mountains, serene valleys, and ancient cities of this extraordinary land, and prepare to discover a hidden world that defies all expectations. Nepal is a country in South Asia, nestled between China and India, and is home to 8 of the world's 10 highest mountains, including the highest peak, Mount Everest. Its landscape is a natural wonder that has inspired millennia of spirituality and devotion. The mountain is not just a geographical wonder, but a sacred place that has inspired spiritual figures of great importance, such as Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha. Born here, in a small village called Lumbini, the Buddha changed the course of human history with his teachings of peace and enlightenment. The presence of such peaks has a profound impact on the culture and daily life of the Nepalese people, who live in harmony with the majestic forces of nature. The mountain dwellers, known as Sherpas, are a unique people with a fascinating history. Their genetics are adapted to high altitudes, making them the best climbers on the planet. Sherpas are essential to Everest mountaineering expeditions, providing assistance and guidance at every stage of the ascent. Their culture is rich in traditions, legends, and stories that are intertwined with the landscape itself, creating a mosaic of experiences and knowledge that fascinates and inspires. Living among the peaks of the Himalayas has shaped their existence, making them not only expert guides, but also custodians of ancient wisdom that is passed down from generation to generation. Before I go ahead and tell you about the women of Nepal, leave a comment and subscribe to the channel. Every week we will explore this hidden world together. But Nepal is not just mountains. Its valleys and plains are just as rich in beauty and mystery. The Kathmandu Valley, for example, is a veritable treasure trove of history and architecture. Every corner tells an ancient story, with temples and palaces that date back centuries, offering a window into the life and traditions of the past. The Pashupatinath Temple, one of the most sacred sites in Hinduism, is just one of the many places that will leave you breathless. Walking through the streets of Kathmandu, it is impossible not to be fascinated by the intricate details of the wooden sculptures and pagodas that populate this 1,000-year-old city. Pokhara, with its Phia Lake reflecting the snow-capped peaks of the surrounding mountains, is another wonder of Nepal. This place of peace and serenity invites meditation and relaxation. The calm waters of the lake and the spectacular views offer a refreshing break from high-altitude adventures, making Pokhara a must-visit destination. The mystical caves and waterfalls that surround the city add another layer of charm to this already magical place. Pokhara is also the starting point for many treks, including the famous Annapurna Circuit Trek, which attracts adventurers from all over the world. One of Nepal's most fascinating traditions is the practice of the living goddess, known as the Kumari. A girl child is chosen through a rigorous process to become the living goddess and is worshipped until puberty, when she returns to her normal life and is replaced by a new Kumari. This ancient tradition is an example of Nepal's rich spirituality and cultural complexity. The life of the Kumari is a balance of sacredness and humanity, a living representation of the spiritual beliefs that permeate every aspect of Nepalese life. Another curiosity of Nepal is the legend of the Yeti, the abominable snowman. This mysterious creature is said to inhabit the Himalayan mountains, and many local stories speak of it. Exploring local stories and legends is like entering a world of magic and mystery, where each tale carries with it a piece of ancient wisdom. Buddhist temples often preserve relics and remains that are said to belong to the Yeti, fueling the imagination and curiosity of anyone who visits these lands. Nepalese cuisine is another experience that cannot be overlooked. Rich in spices and rich flavors, it reflects the cultural diversity of the country. Typical dishes such as dal bhat tarkari, a dish of lentils and rice, are an expression of the daily life and generosity of the Nepalese people. Guests are always treated with great hospitality, and refusing an offer of food can be seen as a sign of rudeness. Nepalese cuisine is a sensory journey that offers an incredible variety of flavors, from the spiciness of chili peppers to the aromatic scents of local spices. Nepal is also famous for its colorful festivals and celebrations. One of the most important is Tej, a festival dedicated to the goddess Parvati and her union with Shiva. During this celebration, women wear beautiful red saris, decorate their hands and feet with henna, and pray for the health of their husbands or for a good husband. This festival is a riot of color, song, and dance, and offers a 3-day show of devotion and joy. Tej is an example of the central role that women play in Nepalese culture, not only as guardians of the family but also as figures of spiritual and social power. In Nepal, land and resource scarcity poses a significant problem for the local population. To address this challenge, a traditional solution adopted in some Nepalese communities is polyandry, a practice in which multiple brothers share the same wife. This practice not only allows them to live together in a stronger and more cohesive union, but also helps mitigate environmental challenges and maximize the use of available resources. It also ensures that each man has the opportunity to have descendants, preventing one of the brothers from being left without a wife and therefore without a family. Nepalese women, who live in these communities, play a crucial role within this family structure. Their ability to adapt to this system highlights the resilience and flexibility of social dynamics in response to difficult living conditions. It is interesting to note how all cultures in the world attribute a profound value to sexuality, seeing it not only as a biological act, but as an experience that transcends the physical dimension to achieve a symbolic and cultural meaning. These customs, although they may seem unusual or strange, represent a form of adaptation that reflects the search for meaning and coherence within their own cultural context. They are a testimony to the fact that, regardless of the diversity of practices, human beings are always looking for ways to give meaning to their existence and to face the challenges posed by the environment in which they live. And did you know about this strange custom? Have you ever thought about traveling to Nepal? Write it in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Climbing Mount Everest is a dream for many, but it is also an epic challenge that requires preparation, determination, and a considerable sum of money. Expeditions can cost anywhere from $30,000 to $100,000, with the climbing permit alone costing between $10,000 and $25,000. The Sherpas, with their experience and knowledge of the mountain, are indispensable to the success of these expeditions, providing assistance and guidance at every stage of the ascent. Physical and mental preparation for such a demanding climb is equally crucial, and many climbers spend years training before attempting the feat. The flag of Nepal is another fascinating curiosity. It is the only national flag in the world that is not rectangular or square, but composed of two overlapping triangles. This unique shape symbolizes the union of the two dynasties that reigned in the past, and the colors and symbols of the flag reflect the peace and history of the country. The crimson red of the flag represents the courage and beauty of Nepal, while the blue of the edges symbolizes peace. The designs of the sun and moon represent the hope of long life and prosperity for the country. Nepal's ethnic diversity is extraordinary, with over 125 different ethnic groups. Each group has its own customs and traditions, which contribute to the country's cultural richness. The Nuari, for example, celebrate Janku, a ritual ceremony that honors elders as deities. This ritual is performed at various stages of life and represents a deep respect for the wisdom and experience of the elders. Nuar culture is rich in art and architecture, with temples and plazas that are among the most beautiful in Nepal. Cow worship is another distinctive feature of Nepal. Considered sacred, cows are protected and respected, and anyone who harms them risks severe punishment. This respect for animals reflects a philosophy of life that values the sacredness of all life. During the Tihar festival, also known as the Festival of Lights, cows are adorned with garlands of flowers and delicious food is offered as a sign of gratitude for their contribution to daily life. We conclude our journey in Nepal with an invitation to explore this extraordinary country. Let yourself be inspired by its mountains, enchanted by its traditions, and fascinated by its people. Every corner of Nepal tells a story of beauty, courage, and devotion, and is waiting for you to discover it. Don't forget to subscribe to Mondo Nascasto so you don't miss our weekly videos on incredible destinations like Nepal. Thank you for following us and keep exploring the world with us.